Still clearing buildings? Which building were you in? Mhm. Yeah, that's right, Steve. About 5 minutes ago, we saw a group of, I'd say, 15 to 20 students that came out across South Road here with their hands up or on their head, actually. I think maybe if Skeeta can zoom in above these lights, you're about to see another group doing the same thing here and crossing South Road, which I agree is an encouraging sign at this point. As you see now, they're walking in single file past that line of lights. That's near the entrance to the north side here. We're kind of on the north side of Keenan Stadium as a point of reference here. This part of South Road kind of runs alongside the sort of the northern edge of that stadium. Previously, we saw those students make a right turn as they're doing right now and walk in that direction, which is towards the stadium there. But obviously, they are in the process of clearing buildings. We just spoke to someone who was in Wilson Library, which is down South Road in the same direction here as now we have what appears to be some sort of SWAT vehicle that's arriving on scene as well. The person that was in the library said that they were in the process of clearing the library too. They're going building by building. This is a good point of clarification because obviously campus does remain on lockdown. Their students are still being told to shelter in place, so obviously you're not advised to go outside unless you're directed to do so by law enforcement. But slowly but surely it does appear that UNC police are in the process of doing that. I also wanted to speak about a conversation I had a little while ago with a professor, a science professor who was in Caudill Labs down South Road here. That's actually the same laboratory, if you recall, that I spoke with the grad student from earlier. That student was interrogated as he was leaving a bathroom right after that alert went out over his phone. He said he was just coming out of the bathroom. There were already law enforcement officers in there just a few minutes later, asked for his ID, asked him, searched his belongings, made sure he wasn't armed. And this professor who was in that same lab described a very similar scene. He said that police had cleared the building, which is why he was allowed to leave, but he was interrogated as he was leaving. Again, he said he wasn't sure that that's where this incident started, but that general part of campus appears to be the epicenter. He said that there's still a heavy police activity in that part of campus down South Road here in the area of Bell Tower Drive as well, and by Stone Center Drive too. That's right on the other side of Moorhead, Patterson, Bell Tower. But from our vantage point here, and again, we haven't been able to get more than a few hundred yards from this line of police vehicles. The law enforcement presence is only increasing, but obviously there's a very strong perimeter here. But from our vantage point here, it does appear that more and more students are kind of walking away from this area of campus, which is obviously a good thing at this point. Yeah. Uh, mhm. Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. Frankly, we just don't know exactly what happened at this hour. Authorities still haven't confirmed very much. But based on my conversations, and I will add, you make a good point about the status here on campus, because you're not advised to go outside right now unless you're directed to do so by law enforcement. Campus police has been very clear, and all law enforcement here, that this is very much an active investigation here and scene, and that students should shelter in place and be safe more than anything else. But I want to say I had spoken with that professor who came out of the laboratory earlier, and we've been asking people walking by if they'd recognize the photo of this person of interest. We've yet to speak to anyone who has recognized the person in that photo. Obviously, this is a massive university, so it's going to take a little bit of effort to find this guy who's out there. But basically, at this point, we're seeing what you're seeing, which is that you have a number of students that are kind of walking down South Road from this area of campus, and again, and I know my colleagues have reinforced this point as well, this is really the heart of UNC. I mean, we're not that far from the pit. We're not that far from both Wilson and the undergraduate libraries, like I said, Keenan Stadium. And I mean, this is really sort of the beating heart of UNC's campus, and an area where people are typically congregating and are out and about. So for this to happen so close to this part of campus, I mean, it sort of just adds a level of seriousness to the situation, to what's already obviously an incredibly serious situation. So you're sort of seeing these people trickle out from this part of campus. But in all honesty, like you said, we've been incredibly cautious because there is a lot of chatter on social media, and we just don't know at this time exactly what's transpired here. So, we're trying to obviously err on the side of caution and be as responsible as we can with the facts that we have at this moment. But as we learn anything more, obviously we'll be sure to update you. Immediately.
So walk me through where you were around 1 o'clock. That's when he initially got reports of this I'll let you know.
So can you just take me back to this?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so I was in Wilson Library, which is anyone can see is like a kind of city library on the quad. So I was on the second floor and doing work, and I got a text on my phone, and it was like, there's an active shooter in
They're all on that too. So just might make it turn around.
So during that time, what was going through your mind? I mean, just started classes. Like you said, your day consisted of office hours, classes, maybe whatever, however you like to spend your Monday. So what is your reaction now to know that your Monday has completely changed?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy to think, like, you're sitting in calculus 1 and order 2 in the afternoon, a couple of hours beforehand, and now it's here, and that's happening. So it's just a crazy turn of events. I mean, it really just shows you that anything can happen really quickly, right? So it's not like so crazy.
Yeah. And another thing, I'm seeing a lot of heavy presence, and one thing that caught my eye was the pit stop. You were giving me a little bit of background information on what this area means for campus.
Yeah, I mean, like the pit and like right here, like you can see behind us, like the 2 stores and the Wilson Library is right there. I mean, this is like the heart of campus. I mean, every single person, if you go to classroom, is going to come through this area at one point or today or another. So it really is like getting close to home because this is right where everyone's posted.
Well, Marcel, we thank you for just, shedding light about this horrible incident, and we hope that you just relax for the rest of the day. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Hopefully, to see your campus, places that you called home in 3 years, back to normal.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, I hope everyone involved.
Stand right here. Give me 1 minute, all right?
Y'all come on.
Yeah. You guys get a little closer.
Biology and chemistry majors spend a lot of time in the just a little bit more insight about
Hey.
the heart of campus. That's where a lot of these presidents is right now.
What are you guys' names?
I'm
Seth.
Seth? Sean.
Jay.
Sean. Calvin. Seth, Jay, Calvin.
Y'all come on up a little bit. Sean, you come right here.
Okay.
That's good. I'm good.
Just give me 1 sec, guys, right?
Okay.
Thanks. Guys, if you can hear me, there's a few students here.
We walked right into this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you did great. You did great. Well, please get home.
Yeah, no,
Robert?
I don't even know
What channel is this? ABC?
ABC.
That's how my mom would listen to this.
Yeah.
Love the hat.
Thank you.
That's the old logo.
I like the shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is way
Yeah, I said my dad.
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
And they're not gonna take us off some rollers, so.
Yeah, that's right, Amber, Steve. I have 3 students here. We have Seth, Jay, and Calvin. And let me just start off by asking, well, how are you guys doing, first and foremost?
Pretty good right now. Yeah. We were on the way to get some food, but State Trooper gave us the all clear, so we feel pretty good about it.
You're hanging in there, all things considered, though?
Oh yeah.
Where were you when this alert went out, and what can you tell us about what you saw and what you heard?
We were in genome sciences over there, and we were just in the middle of our astronomy class, and the projector on the screen just came up with like the Alert Carolina message that was like, there's an armed and dangerous man on campus or something like that. And we just went through the lecture like normal for a little bit, and then we kind of realized it was a pretty serious situation. So I think we'd locked the doors pretty quickly, and we were just kind of like hunkering down, just like sitting in there waiting for more information. But
How long roughly was that time period that you were in there hunkered down?
mean, probably
Like
at
an
least
hour?
hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah, but they gave
Probably.
us information pretty
Yeah.
consistently.
You did from the university.
Well, yeah.
Describe what that's like. I mean, in those moments, obviously that must be pretty scary. I don't know what year you guys are in school, but I mean, for anybody, that's got to be sort of freaky.
Yeah, so I'm a senior, and I'll be graduating this year. And it definitely was a little scary at first. But after a while, we kind of realized the cops were like they were kind of setting up camp like right outside our door. So like after a while, we kind of like, this feels like probably the safest place to be at the moment. So yeah.
What exactly did they tell you when obviously you guys were cleared because you're out here now. So what exactly happened to kind of get you guys out of that sort of hunker down situation?
Yeah, I mean, we were just sitting in there for a while. A cop comes up to the front of the room and he's like, guys, you can go to South Campus or you can stay in here. So then we decided, okay, we're going to go to South Campus and get out of this room. Then we go outside to the lobby and they're like, okay, all clear, you can go anywhere now, just away from the scene.
Did they ask for your student IDs? Did they ask to search any of your stuff or nothing like that?
Well, not us because we were already in there, but I know a bunch of people did get checked like on the way in. We weren't given a ton of information on like how that was going down, but I think because we were in that room the whole time, I guess they didn't feel the need to check us or something.
Well, I'm curious in terms of you guys just got back to campus about a week ago, or just started classes about a week ago. I mean, what's it like having to deal with this so soon into a new school year?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely out there. I don't think it's anything that any of us have ever had to deal with. So, I mean, it really throws, like, kind of a wrench into plans, I guess, But
you guys have any sort of plans the rest of the day? Have you been told you can't do anything specifically? Obviously, this part of campus is still technically on lockdown. So, where do you guys kind of go from here?
Well, my last class of the day got canceled, so I'll be heading back home, but I got some work I need to do, so just get started on that. Probably stay at the apartment for the rest of the day.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you guys go. I really do appreciate a little bit of perspective about what happened. I'm glad you're all doing safe, all right? Steve, there you have it here from campus. We'll send it back to you guys. Can I just get your last names?
Yeah, sure.
1:30.
So WRL seemed like they had it like not too long after it happened, and then everybody else showed up.
Lindsay took a picture.
Sorry. Yeah, that's right, Steve. As of this point, that seems to be correct. It seems like it's frankly kind of a building by building situation as of right now. Once these three gentlemen that I just spoke to, for example, were instructed that they were able to leave by law enforcement, it sounds like they're able to kind of go about their day now. Obviously, classes canceled, but that does seem to be correct.
Well, my first name's Franklin, but I go by Seth.
What's your last name?
Pippin, P-I-P-P-I-N.
I-N? Okay.
P-I-P-P-I-N.
J-A-Y, Garner, G-A-R-N-E-R.
Alvin, C-A-L-V-I-N, Norman, N-O-R-M-A-N.
Seth, you're a senior. Are you all seniors?
Senior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you went for your son to me.
And you guys working on astronomy class?
Yep. Astronomy 103. Alien life in the universe.
Oh, it is a.
I took astronomy. Guys, thank you so much.
thank
I
you.
appreciate your time, all right?
That was fun.
Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
You roll on that, right?
Yeah, but we won't have enough also, okay?
I'm fine with that. I can use the overtime.
Austin will be cutting that.
They're having me work with Delta.
Strong coffee. Hello?
Done?
In the bathroom, yeah.
Would they have to do it like shelter in place?
2.5, maybe 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Like styrofoam.
So the reason I pulled up on campus around 1, I went to use the bathroom. I tried to leave it and said, nope. And I heard some, like an air raid siren going on outside. Like, I could hear it as well. The bathroom. Sat down. 2.5 hours later. 2.5 hours. Not really sure where to go now because I don't live on campus.
Like the cops are clearing out. So.
Something that normally brings laughter and smiles and happiness. That's definitely not the emotion or what community is right now. Very, very quiet. So again, saying that you did not expect this Monday morning on Monday. Where they were, but for many, they are just still in the waiting room, trying to figure out when they will find out more updates, when they can leave that area. But for many right now, their reality is just staying in shelter right now and hearing the latest on what's going on. Take care of yourself anyway, please.
Mass exit going over here, Sean.
Yeah, you might want to come to us. There's a lot of cops leaving. There's a lot of cops leaving.
Turn your mic back on, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, turn your mic
Yep.
back on. Yeah, they're leaving. Students are going back in the buildings.
How the hell are we supposed to get home? He got all the shit blocked off.
Hey, what's up? This corner of Raleigh and South. A lot of cops leaving this area. Never mind me.
Hey, I'm almost there.
Go out like the bottom part of the spinning wheel and we're coming out like the back side.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know if they're gonna let me hold that way.
How about house? His ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Candy, how was your shift today? Oh, it was great. We had a fire drill and then we had to stay in place.
I'm walking that way now.
Walk me through what happened with all of this. What do you mean we go wherever?
Hey, Mom, we just got released.
What was going through your mind when she came up to you and said that? I mean, like you said, that's not how you were expecting her to behave. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I don't, like, this is perfect. It's like, I'm not really. Okay. Perfect. Yes,
You were too.
I am?
Yeah, right there.
That camera.
Nixon, watch this real quick.
Probably on the same frequency as the guy. Here's that about if you lob in your mic, stick mics on the same channel and you turn on the same channel.
Yeah, both aren't on right now, but that's a great thought.
No, I keep both mine on the same channel because I hardly ever leave on the second channel. If I have them both on, then you can't.
But it's weird, I can't it goes
Skeeta, Skeeta, you have the mic? Try the mic.
No, not really.
I was having a mic issue. I'm sorry. Now if you can hear me, I should be good. Hmm? Yeah, just in the last few moments, Steve, we've had the largest group of students that we've seen released from any buildings take place right here near the corner of South and Raleigh, where we're standing right now out of this building. Behind me, you can still see there's dozens of students out here now. There's much more foot traffic in this part of campus than there was in the last half hour, which was more than there was in the half hour before that. Obviously, you still see heavy-duty armored vehicles that are continuing to drive down this general direction, but I think the sheer foot traffic here points to, as you've alluded to, sort of things trending in the right direction here, that this tends to be a good sign. When I say a large number of students, I mean there have been hundreds of students that have walked by us here in the last few minutes alone, clearing out of these buildings. We've also seen a number of law enforcement officers start driving in the opposite direction down South Road. So we're still learning to effort more about what may or may not be happening in that direction. There's still a very large presence and still some cars that are heading in this direction too. But there does appear to be some peel off from some of the officers that are heading now in the other direction down South Road here. But I mean, as you can see behind me, far more bodies here out on the street than there was when you first came to me at the beginning of this breaking news, and even periodically over the course of the last couple of hours. This is the most number of students that we've seen out and about here at UNC. Yeah, that's right, Stephen. I mean, the last update we've gotten also still says that this suspect is at large here. That's, at least we're hearing that they're still looking for someone. But like you said, I mean, there must be some sort of indicator that this area is secure, is safe right now if they're releasing truly hundreds of students out of the buildings behind us.
I'm not looking at it. You'd have to ask.
We don't care.
What's your name?
Sebastian. Hi.
Sebastian?
Okay.
Sean, where are you from?
Austria. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. It's a great city.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's not gonna be loud.
No, you want to just do
Yeah.
you want to do a recorded interview?
Yeah, we're
All right. Sebastian, what is your how do you spell your first and your last name?
Hello. My name
wait,
is.
actually, turn this on. My bad. You got levels there?
Yeah, you can go.
All right. Now, what's your first and last name?
Hello, my name is Sebastian Schreifvogel. I'm an exchange student from Austria.
And what year are you like here?
I'm right here for my MBA exchange, so
Okay.
I'm right on the other side of the campus at Keenan Flagger Business School.
Gotcha. Are you like a junior, senior? Like what would you?
I'm in my
equivalent be?
graduate program.
In graduate
Yeah.
program. Okay. How do you spell your first and last name?
SEBASTIAM SCHREYVOGL. Quite complicated, but yeah.
I gotcha. I'm just curious. What building were you in when this happened, and what happened to you when you got the alert?
Yeah, right after class, me and my friends went to the gym, which is right over there behind us. Somehow we got we got a notification on our smartphones via email or SMS or whatever that there is a dangerous gunman near or by the university. But no one actually at the gym didn't know what to do exactly. We just kept on doing our stuff in the gym for like half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, because we didn't get any news like so on. After that bit of time, it got silent. There wasn't any music playing, and everyone went upstairs, took their laptops out, took their smartphones out, watched the news basically to get informed what's the occasion and how we should react.
Were there at any point, did people from the university come and say that this building's under lockdown? Did they say you're not allowed to leave? What were you told?
We have kind of been updated via email what's going on, that we should stay in shelter and stay safe. Yeah, those were basically the things that got told to us.
How scary is it in that moment when you realize that it's something real, that it's not a drill, and you actually are kind of supposed to shelter?
Yeah, actually we didn't realize it at all the first half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. After that, we all like settled down and realized, okay, there's something really big going on. Saw the news with the hundreds of police cars, the choppers, the helicopters flying around, and therefore realized, okay, that's actually not the place I want to be right now at the very moment.
When you say you're exchange student, did you just get here this semester?
Yeah, so I got here 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks ago. Until now it was an amazing experience, but yeah, I'm curious and interested in what it's going to be like the upcoming weeks or month.
Well, I'm curious from your perspective as an international student. I don't know if you what's it kind of like this happening so soon into your experience here?
That's a good thing, or a good point, because actually I wanted to go to Chicago booth in the first way, but there was like the aspect of criminality. It's kind of more dangerous over there, and Chapel Hill is like a really small town where it's supposed to be safe, and suddenly we get to experience a situation like this, which is not comfortable for any of us.
Do you feel like do you have 3 more minutes, or do you have to go?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, if you come to us now, you can come. They want to do the interview over. I'm going to ask you the same questions I just asked, right? I'm sorry. It's got to be soon if you want to do it, guys. I don't want to...
Where'd you say you were from?
Sorry, I'm from Austria.
Can you say get to the chopper?
Sorry?
Can you say get
Lauren, I just want to make mention of the fact that you can really see the panic in the eyes of the students who have been escorted out of the buildings. I've seen countless numbers of students just crying, others just looking so anxious. We've watched groups upon groups of students be escorted out. One student told me she wasn't sure if she'd make it home today. Another was on FaceTime with her mother as she was walking home. She had just gotten released from a building. This is day 6 of classes here on the campus of UNC Chapel Hill, and this is, of course, not what anyone was expecting. It's the start of the school year for these students, only to be met with chaos. The scene here hasn't changed much. You can see that live look at all those vehicles there, those emergency vehicles there. The scene, again, hasn't changed too much since we've gotten here hours ago. State Highway Patrol helicopters flying overhead, dozens of law enforcement agencies there, and Lauren, just that is the overall sense here. Just a lot of panic, a lot of uneasiness being felt, and a lot of it you can see on the faces of these students.
Alright, see you. Alright, see you guys.
Who's that?
Just started, I was trying to find out the reporter from Mario said there'd be a press conference, but that's not. No, she was just saying, hopefully there'll be a press conference.
Well, Bob G said he's going to set to a press conference at Carolina Inn.
Is that where Bob went?
Apparently.
This seems pretty much clear now.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but we heard Carolina in as well, but not a time.
Yeah.
I
That's not
don't
going to concern me.
know.
'Cause we got another
Yeah.
three.
Yeah, that's great. We just got that too, and they're like, Ariel says Carolina in, so that's
Yeah, and how's everybody going to break down and get over
that's
it?
what I was curious about. I guess there's a tonic roof on the other side of this.
It is.
Okay, we'll be right here. This is Matthew.
So did they have this guy?
What?
Did they have this guy?
Yeah. We're just still, we have our anchors in my ear right now saying we're very conservative with our coverage. We're following what Chapel Hill Police.
Coming a little closer. Good, Jay?
I would say definitely tested because everybody's doing that. They have the empty lot shot.
I go through it? Is that fine? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here with a junior Chapel Hill student, and his name is Matthew, and he says he was in the library for most of the day. Is that correct? Now, what were you feeling when you initially saw the alerts come out at around 1 p.m.? Mad, scared? What were some of those emotions running through your head?
Just a little confused, I guess. Especially with the class, I really expected anything great to happen. I was my way through the class. I just felt way through it.
Yeah, and it just being so close to campus. Again, I'm sure that kind of shakes you up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, seeing this place come was pretty safe. It was good to feel like this.
All right, are we allowed to go through?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
People walking around, it's starting to look like a normal campus again. Is that relieving to hear?
Yeah, definitely hearing
Come closer, Sean. Good.
Yep. Well, this is Matthew again, Chapel Hill student, junior here at Chapel Hill. And again, he was not in the midst of it all. He was in the library, but he was very relieved. We're all relieved that the custody has been taken in and that we're in the all clear.
All right. I don't have an update, but. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, the street's clear.
How we doing, guys? You're not coming to me, right, guys? Guys, are you coming to me or? Yeah, it's changed really in the last 5 to 10 minutes, Lauren. I mean, you can see behind me, foot traffic is back up really almost to a normal kind of clip here. We're right in the heart of campus at the corner of Raleigh and South, and since that all clear was given, you've seen even more people trickle out into the street. This is also the first time in the last 3 hours. This is 3 hours and 17 minutes since that alert was sent out that we've seen non-emergency traffic allowed to drive on South Avenue. The road's slowly being opened up to traffic. You can can see the line of cars behind me and the long line of people out there. And frankly, if you were to look at the faces of the students, it's kind of a mixed bag. You see some that are clearly, I think, in distress and probably still some shock based on how quickly this happened, and maybe haven't been able to process fully, and some that seem really quite comfortable and happy to be out of whatever lockdowns or shelter-in-place situation that they were in. But here in the heart of campus, this is the first time that we've sort of seen the semblance of normalcy here. When we first arrived, there was truly nobody out here. That's sort of been the case up until we've seen more and more of these people trickle out of the classroom. But now kind of a normal scene here on South Road as you see a long line of traffic and all the students kind of ushering out into the street behind me. So for the first time here, kind of a glimpse into normalcy here at UNC.